Okay. Okay, we shall just start lah, huh? We shall just start. Okay. So this first question, so take note that this is normal tech, volume total surface area of prism and cylinder. But of course in express and normal acad, this also apply for you all, because you all also learn volume of prism as well as cylinder. Okay, the only difference is you might not see too complex question here. But of course, like I always say, your basic and foundation must be good, right? Before you can actually learn tougher stuff, okay? Okay, so they say that the diagram represent the trolley ram at a warehouse. Okay, so calculate the length PQ of the ram, correct to 2 decimal place. So this is a right angle triangle. Okay, they want PQ. So when it's a right angle triangle, you can use Pythagoras theorem to find the unknown side. So this PQ is the longer side. So we will know that 2 square plus 12 square will give us PQ square. So we will say PQ square is equals to PR square plus RQ square, which is 12 square plus, 2 square plus 12 square. And therefore PQ is just square root this 2 square plus 12 square. So 2 square plus 12 square, then when you square root, you get 12.165. So round off to 2 decimal place. So it will be 12.17. Why is the answer not correct? I got pressed wrongly, me. 2 square plus 12 square. I got no time to check, so yeah, answer is 12.16, but they want 2 decimal place, so it should be 12.17, 12.17 meter, 2 dp. Okay, the answer is not correct. So Sam help me to take note to amend the answer, 12.17. Okay, the answer is 1 dp, unless this is 1 dp, but I recall seeing the question as 2 dp. Okay, next is the area of triangle PQR. So once you already find the PQ, you can put the information into the diagram. But do not put the rounded off one. We always put the longer version here. So we're going to put 12.165 here. I'm going to write longer. So it's like that. Now they want area of PQR. So this is a right angle triangle. So it's just using half times base times height. Just using half times base times height. So it's half times base, which is 12, multiplied by the height, which is 2. Okay, so in this case, it is just 12, and this is meter, so it is meter squared. Done. Okay, the ram is a prism made of concrete, so calculate the volume. So this is considered a prism. Okay, how do you know that it's a prism? It must have a uniform cross-sectional. Yeah, I think the answer they either put 3SF, but since they asked for 2 decimal place, we have to give in 2 decimal place. Okay, so for a prism, you must have a uniform cross-sectional area. So how do you know it's uniform cross-sectional area? Just visualize this prism right in front of you. Although this one is a ram, not a cake, but imagine that this is a cake in front of you. You can cut out a uniform shape, which is the triangle in this case. You can see that this is the front, the behind here is also the same shape. So therefore the uniform cross-sectional area, which sometimes they also call it base area, will be the triangle. So volume will be equals to the base area times the height. And in this case, the base area is the triangle, which over here we already found it in part 2. So that means it's 12 multiplied by the height of the prism. Height of the prism is the two so-called top and bottom, the height. So it will be here. In other words, it will be 4. So actually it's just 12 times 4. That will give us 48 meter cube. Sam very hardworking, giving me a lot of combo like Sam. Fun, right? Let me know whether you can hit 600 or not. That day I play My maximum is 600 likes. So 48 meter cubed, and that's the answer. I think I too hardworking, and my pen also no ink already. Okay, I might change to black soon. Is this the answer? Okay, can. Next, the ramp needs to be painted with a layer of paint. Calculate the surface area to be painted. So same thing, you have to visualize that the solid is in front of you. If you want to paint the face, okay, in other words, it's actually the total surface area. So the previous lesson I did talk about total surface area of a prism. You can use the parameter of base. Okay, so I'm going to find the total surface area first. Oops. Total surface area. So we will use parameter of base. Multiply by height plus 2 base area. Okay, let's just so the parameter of base, we already know that the base is this one. So parameter of base means 2 plus 12 plus this 12.1655. So we will write 2 plus 12 plus 12.1655. This is called parameter of the base. Multiply by the height. The height is the same height as this one, which is 4. And then after that, we're going to plus 2 base area. And the base area is a 2 triangle, so it's 2 times 12. Okay, so let's work 2 plus 12 plus 12.1655 times 4 plus 24. So we get, oh, I know already. I'm guessing that it's not going to add. Let me see. Let me try out something first. 2 plus 12.1655 times 4 plus 24. I think so weird that they 12.17 plus 2 times 4 plus 24. Well, the answer really very jialat. Okay, in this case, this is a special case, kids. Okay, it's a special case. Over here, I did 2 plus 12 plus 12.1655. But let's think a little bit more logical. This is a ramp. So you see, when you have a trolley ramp, you only paint what you see, right? So this 12 is on the floor. So you don't need to go and waste your paint to go and paint the bottom. So we don't need to paint the bottom face. So in this case, we will not include the 12. Okay, we will not include the 12. So that means I will only paint this face, as well as the front and the back. We do not paint the bottom. So in this case, I remove the 12. So in this, I will be 2 plus 12.1655 times 4 plus 24. Okay, I get 80.662. So if I round off the 3SF, I get 80.7. You see, I still don't get their value. So this is 3SF. So this should be 80.7. Okay. So this is for this question. All understand why I never include the 12? Can everyone understand why I never include the 12? Because it's at the bottom, so we should not waste the paint to paint bottom. Anyway, it's on the floor, nobody see, right? Okay, so that's for this question number 1. Okay, let's take a look at question number 2. So using black pen because my blue pen out of ink. Okay. So the figure below shows a circular hole in a square. Okay, so the circle has a diameter 12 cm and the length of each of the square is 20 cm. Find the shaded area. So you just need to visualize that this one is like a cardboard, right? You want to cut out the circle. You want to find the shaded. So you will take the area of the square. You cut out the area of the circle, means you minus away the area of the circle. Okay, so it means that I'm going to take the 20 because they mentioned it's a square. So it's 20 times 20 minus the area of a circle. So circle is pi r squared. So take note, diameter is 12. That means the radius will be 6. So it will be pi r squared. Then the next thing you need to check is whether the question gives you any value of the pi. Because sometimes they ask you to use pi is equals to 22/7. Sometimes they ask you to use 3.142, you know. So in this case, they never mention anything. So we use calculator pi. So let's work out. So it will be 20 times 20 minus pi r squared. So we will have 286.902, round off to 3SF, I get 287 cm squared. Done. 3SF. Yes, finally the answer is correct. Okay. Next, the figure above, it's the shape of a base of a prism. So they are telling you that this is the base. So your cross-sectional area is the shaded area. That means the middle is actually hollow. So they say the length of the prism is 100 cm long. Find the volume of the prism. So it simply means that this is like saying this. My drawing sucks. So you just what they are trying to say is like that. Okay. Okay. So they are saying the length here is 100 cm. Okay, and of course this is hollow lah, this is hollow. So in order to find this volume, you will take base area times height. In this case, the base area is this shaded area. So you simply take the always take the long value. So 286.902 multiplied by the height. In this case, the height is so-called the 100 cm. So I will get 28690.2. So round off to 3SF, I will get 28700 cm cubed. And we are done. 3SF. Okay. So this is how you find volume of this so-called weird prism. Okay, let's move on to number 3. Number 3. It is still prism. This time round, the so-called cross-sectional area is triangle. Okay, same like just now the question number 1, right? The base area is also a triangle. The cross-sectional area is a triangle, but this cross-sectional triangle is slightly different. Just now you can see a right angle triangle here, so it's half times base times height. So triangle is also half times base times height for this case, but of course this case the base is 6 and the height is the 4. So now let's read the question. They say that it's the shape of a chocolate bar in the shape of a triangular prism. Calculate the volume of the chocolate bar. So as long as you know it's a prism, to find volume, it is always base area times the height. So in this case, the base area is this one. You need to find out what is the cross-sectional, uniform cross-sectional area. You will go to my bio, TikTok bio link. Click on my link. The last button will go to my Telegram channel. So the worksheet together with the solution, okay, will be uploaded tomorrow. Okay, you can get the PDF. For now, you will just listen. Okay, you can screenshot, and also TikTok recently has a new feature. If you cannot see the question clearly, because you will see the chat box so you can click on the button whereby you can change your screen to landscape. So by changing it to landscape, you will see my question more clearer, because then they will minimize the chat. How can does the button work? I hope the button work by changing to landscape. Okay, so base area in this case is a triangle, so it will be half times 6 times 4. That's the area of the triangle, which is my base area, multiplied by the height. The height is always the two cross-sectional area, something like a sandwich, so it will be 25. So multiply by 25. So we will have 12 times 25, because this is 24. So it's 12 times 25. And that will give us 300. So it's 300 cm cubed. This one is exact, so don't have to round off to anything. Next, calculate the surface area of an aluminium foil needed to wrap the chocolate bar fully. Okay, so in this case, just now the previous one, we no need to include the bottom because a ram is on the, it's a big ram. You can see it's 12 meter, right? So we don't paint the bottom. But in this case, this is a chocolate bar. You need to wrap the chocolate fully. They already say that it's fully. That means you got to find all the total surface area. So again, total surface area. Okay, write out your formula, which is parameter of base multiply by the height, and then after that plus 2 base area. So parameter of the base in this case is equal to plus here. So where do I get this value? Actually, we have it here. This 5 is this one. So that means the parameter is 5 plus 5 plus 6. So it's just 5 plus 6 plus 5. 5 plus 6 plus 5. Parameter of base multiplied by the height, which is 25, plus 2 of the base area. And my base area is the triangle, which is 12. So 5 plus 6 plus 5 multiplied by 25 plus 24. So we will have 424 cm squared. So that is the total surface area, the surface area that you need the aluminium foil in order to wrap your chocolate fully. Okay. Next, if one sheet of aluminium foil is 50 cm square, how many sheets of aluminium foil are needed to wrap the chocolate bar fully? So it's like, okay, imagine you are the maker of the chocolate, right? You need to calculate all your materials. So let's say you already have this chocolate, you already have all the dimension there. So you need to calculate how much aluminium foil you need to buy. So we already calculate that we need 424 cm square of aluminium foil in order to wrap one chocolate bar. So they ask you to calculate how many sheets do you need. So we will take 424 divided by 50. Okay, and take note that when we divide by 50, we get 8.48. But of course, when you go to the shop, you don't tell the uncle, can I buy 8.48 sheets of aluminium foil? No such thing. The uncle just stare at you and there you go. So you can only buy more, but you cannot buy less. So although this is 8.4, so some students go and round down to say buying 8 sheets of aluminium foil. But imagine you buy 8, you see, 8 times 50, you only bought 400 cm square of aluminium foil home. And then after you realize that you need to wrap 424. So you do not have enough material to wrap. Agree? So in this situation, you cannot blindly look at the 4 and then you round it down. So we must know that you need 9. You need to buy 9 sheets of the aluminium foil in order to have enough to wrap your chocolate bar. You can have extra, it's okay, but you cannot have missing material. So you need to round up, and therefore that's why it is 9 sheets. Okay, and that's why it is 9 sheets. Okay, let's move on. Now we have cylinder. So a cylinder has a base radius of 5 cm, okay, which is here, same, and a height of 12. Now this time now they tell you, taking pi is equals to 3.142, calculate the total surface area of the cylinder. So actually cylinder is also a prism. It's just that they give a special name when you have a circular cross-sectional area. They call it cylinder. But actually cylinder is also a prism. So if it's also a prism, means that in order to find the total surface area, I also can use the parameter of base times height plus 2 base area. So the total surface area, I will take parameter of base. So you all need to copy this formula, which is the parameter of base times height then plus 2 base area. And please take note, okay, plus the 2 base area is not necessary that it's always 100% that is at 2 base area. So if the cylinder they tell you today it is hollow, if it's hollow means that I only have the bottom, if it's hollow means that the bottom doesn't have any cover, the top also doesn't have any cover. So in this case, if it's hollow, you only consider the curved surface area. Okay, then if they tell you it's an open top, if it's open top means that the bottom has area, the wall curved surface area also have, only the top part doesn't have. So take note that this 2 base plus 2 base area, you need to look at the question carefully is whether do you have to include that in. So in this case, it did not mention anything, so we will know that it actually have to include top and bottom. So parameter of base. So your base is a circle. Okay, so you need to know the formula to find circumference of a circle, which is either 2 pi r or pi d. Okay, so since my radius is given to me, I shall use 2 pi r. So 2 pi r is the perimeter of the circle or circumference of the circle multiplied by the height, so times 12, plus 2 base area, and my base area is a circle, so it's pi r squared. And they asked me to use pi 3.142, so we have to say 2 3.142 multiplied by the radius, which is 5, times 12 plus 2 to 3.142 r squared, which is 5 squared. So let's work it out and see what's the value. 2 times 3.142 multiplied by 5 multiplied by 12, that will give us 377.04 plus 2 times 3.142 times 5 squared, and that will give us 157.1. Okay, plus 37. You can see that I'm always not very ambitious. I like to do this press calculator, put in the value, press calculator, put in the value, then I do one more time. Some students super ambitious, they write from here all the way until here. Okay, the chance of mistake is very high. Don't take such a risk. So 377.04 plus 157.1, and that will give us 534.14. Okay, so that's the total surface area, and this is cm, so it's cm squared. And because this one, okay, I need to round off to 3SF. So it will be 534 cm squared, 3SF. Okay, as long as we use pi, we have to use, it's not exact, so we have to round off to 3SF. Next, to find the volume of the cylinder. So volume of the cylinder is easy for a prism. It's just base area times height. In this case, my base area is just a circle. Okay, so volume equals to base area times height. In this case, my base area is a circle, so it's pi r squared multiplied by the height, and the height is 12. So multiply it by 12. So you will have 3.142 times 5 squared times 12, and that will give us 942.6 cm cubed. Round off to 3SF, 943 cm cubed, 3SF, and we are done. Too many. Okay, so this is how you do question number 4. Easy, easy. Okay, volume of cylinder. So remember, this is the important formula, as well as this. And of course, you need to know circumference is 2 pi r or pi d. Area of a circle is pi r squared. So area of circle and circumference formula are already taught in primary 6. In P6. Okay, so now we have another cylinder. Okay. Here we have another cylinder over here. A strawberry biscuit is made in the shape of a cylinder. Okay. Blah, blah, blah. This is a biscuit. It's not. This is a biscuit. It's not a container. They say that this biscuit is in this shape with a radius 0.3. That means it's here 0.3 meter. Wow, what biscuit is this? Are you sure it's 0.3 meter? So suspicious. The biscuit is so big. So maybe it's a not for consumption. 0.3 meter is 30 cm. My 30 cm is even bigger than my ruler, longer than my ruler. Okay, so the volume, remember I said just now that it will be just base area times height, and then you analyze that this prism, the base area is a circle. So we use pi r squared. So let's change this to cm. So it's 30 cm. So it will be pi 30 pi r squared multiplied by the height. In this case, our length, this one is 10 cm. Okay, so it's times 10. And they did not mention to use what pi, so we're going to use calculator pi. So pi multiplied by 30 square times 10. That will give us, so big, the value like a bit wrong. I'm suspecting this one is the... Sure, how come I don't have the worksheet? You have to go to the Telegram channel, not now. The worksheet will only be uploaded to my Telegram channel tomorrow. Okay, let me try something. I suspect there's a typo here. Yes, that's why I already know. This one is not 0.3 meter. This is 0.3 cm. Okay. No. The answer is cm cube. The answer is cm cube. See here? The answer is cm cube. So actually there's a typo. This one is not meter. That's why I was thinking the biscuit, if it's 0.3 meter, it is 30 cm. So can you imagine how big is the biscuit? It's not an edible biscuit. Agree or not? So this is cm. So this is 0.3. So then we will use pi. So calculator pi multiplied by 0.3 square multiplied by 10. We get 2.8274. So round off to 3SF, we get 2.83 cm cube. 3SF. Okay. Next, they say the curved surface area of the biscuit that is coated with strawberry cream. So take note, they only mention it is the curved surface area. So it is not the whole thing. And I believe that this biscuit, okay, that means they only coat the curved surface area with the strawberry. Okay, you don't coat the top and the bottom. They already mentioned, because they mentioned curved surface area. So in this case, I only want the curved surface area. And the curved surface area is the parameter of base multiplied by the height. So it is actually just pi dh or 2 pi rh. So in this case, it will just be 2 pi r and h. Okay, so 2 times pi multiplied by 0.3 times 10, that will give us 18.8495. So round it off to 3SF, we will have 18.8 cm squared. And of course, to state that this one, we round off to 3SF. Okay? And we are done. Okay, so it increased a little bit of difficulty. Okay, this kind of funny shape. So this is a toilet paper. A toilet paper. Okay, it's a toilet paper with a height 12 cm. And then they say figure B shows the top view of the toilet roll. So this word RADII, so don't panic even during exam if this is the first time you see the question. Anyhow, guess also know that this means it's the radius lah. So no need to really bother too much about whether you know this word or not. So the radius of the small and the big circles are 3 cm and 8 cm respectively. So the inner circle, the radius is 3. The outer circle, the big circle, the radius is 8 cm. That's what they are trying to tell you. So they say that the small circle represents the hollow cylinder cardboard of the toilet paper. Okay, I believe you all got used toilet paper. So you all know that the inside is actually made of a cardboard, right? So when you finish the paper, you only left with the cardboard cylinder, small one, and then you just throw it away, correct? Yes. So next, they say use pi equals to 3.142. Calculate the shaded area. So in this case, you will just take big circle minus a small circle, that's all. So what I like to do is, I will just put pi r square minus pi r square. It's just to let myself know, oh, the big R belongs to the big circle and the small r represents the smaller circle radius. So, and they ask us to use a 3.142. So we will say 3.142, my R is 8, so it's 8 square minus 3.142 and 3 square. Then again, you just press the calculator. So 3.142 multiplied by 8 square, 201.088 minus 3.142 multiplied by 3 square. This is 28.278. So let's minus 201.088 minus 28.278. That will give us 172.81. So again, round off to, okay, this one never round off because they want exact. Because I use 3.142, so it's exact here. So we can just leave it in the exact form. So it is cm squared. Next, they say hence find the volume of the toilet paper. Why they use the word hence? Because to find volume of a prism, we take the cross-sectional area times the height. Agree? And in this case, our cross-sectional area, which is this shaded area, we should already found in part A. That's why they use the word hence. So to find the volume, remember I said it is just base area times height. Very straightforward. So straight away I can just use this 172.81 and multiply by the height. And what is the height? The height is this one, the top and the bottom sandwich, right? And that's the height. So multiply by 12. And that will give us 2073.72. And that's the volume. And this is already exact. If it's exact, you don't have to round it off. Okay, so that is for question number 6. Okay. Okay, for those who stop here and then realize that, oh, it's touching about maths, so boring, you already graduate, no longer legit for you. But it's okay if you already know that someone teach maths in TikTok. You can actually pass the information to your friend, your junior, your cousin, your niece, your nephew, and say, hey, someone teaching maths on TikTok on every Wednesday and every Sunday. So you can ask them to come in and then watch, you know. Yeah. Okay, because I pretty much have some students who actually learn math through TikTok channel. Okay, so TikTok is just not for 100% just for fun, for entertainment. Okay, it's a mixture. You can also learn many things in TikTok live channel. Okay. Okay, now let's take a look at this question number 7. Okay, remember help me to double tap the screen and help me to like. Give me more combo like, yeah. For those who just came in, okay, you can actually double tap on the screen for combo like. Look at the top left hand side, you can see that the bar will go up. Double tap and don't leave your finger. Just tap and then you see that it has the combo like. And then also there's a new feature for the handphone. You can actually change it to landscape. You cannot see my question properly. There's a button on the right hand side, I think above, somewhere in the middle. Okay, on the right hand side, somewhere in the middle, there's a logo there that looks like you can tilt your phone. So you can actually change it to landscape. So by changing it to landscape, you can see better also. Okay. So a sweet is in the shape of a cylinder of radius 0.8 cm and 0.2 cm. So 2 ways of packaging 30 sweets are shown below. So this is like the real life questions, and then they apply volume and total surface area in real life. We are talking about sweets. So in both packaging, the sweets touch one another, and the sides of the packaging touch one another as well as touch the sides of the packaging. Packaging A, which is this one, is a closed cylinder of diameter p cm and the length QCM. So they say find the value of P and Q. So they say that they can put in 30 sweets. In case you cannot visualize, let me tell you, this is one sweet. Although Mentos is not in the shape of this one, okay, just imagine it's Mentos sweet, flat one, your flat Mentos sweet. So it is actually put into here, and they say they can put 30 sweets. Okay, and they say that the sweet touch one another and also touch the side. Why do they have to say this? Means it's like it's fitting. So in this case, this will definitely be the shape of this one. This one is flat, but this actually looks like that, whereby 0.8 times 2, so it's 1.67. So this will be the same shape as this. So P is actually just 1.6 cm. Okay, and then what is Q? Q is this one. And you see, you're going to put these 30 sweets, you will have like here. So you actually have 30 sweets. So my thickness is 0.2, and I can put 30 sweets. So it means that my Q is actually just take 0.2, the thickness, multiply it by 30 sweets. And that will give us 6 cm. So that means here is 6 cm. The diameter is 1.6 cm. Okay, need to visualize a bit. Okay, next. They say find the total surface area of the outside of the packaging A. Okay, outside means, imagine this is the Mentos sweet, Okay, you only see the outside, right? So the packaging is, you will see the curved surface area as well as the top and the bottom. Of course, you must cover up the sweet, right? You cannot expose your sweet, right? So that means the top is covered, the bottom is also covered. Okay, so in this case, it means we can straight away use pi dh, which is the curved surface area, plus 2 base area. So I will say total surface area will be pi dh plus 2 pi r squared. So in this case, my d is what? My d is this one, 1.6. So I just use, did they use any calculator pi? No. So use calculator pi, 1.6, and then the h is this q, which is 6 cm. Plus 2 pi, my area is 0.8, this is diameter. So my area is 0.8, and square it. So let's press the calculator for each component. So it's just pi multiplied by 1.6 times 6. So this part is 30.15928. 2 times pi times 0.8 square. This will give us 4.0212. Plus 30.15928. So that will give us 34.18048. And we're going to round off to 3SF. So it will be 34.2 cm squared. 3SF. Let me check the answer. We are not done yet because this is only packaging A. We still have a packaging B. So this is the packaging A, the one way of packaging the sweet. So they still have a packaging B. So packaging B is a closed rectangular box with dimension R, cm, and T, S and T. Find the value of R, S, T. So let's visualize a bit. Oh, okay. So quite similar to this. Okay. Just imagine you have 2 rows of this inside. Okay, and the difference is this one is 30 sweets. This one is 15 sweets. But actually, 15 sweets here, 15 sweets here is actually also 30 sweets. It's just that it's a different way of packaging. So, let's find out. The RCM here, because we have 2, so that means it's actually 2 diameter. So in this case, my area will be 1.6 times 2, because just now previously the diameter of the one circle is 1.6, so it's 3.2 cm. Next, how about here? So okay, let's S first. So the S is also from here to here. It's also is a diameter. It's only one diameter. So in this case, my S is equals to 1.67. And my T is because I have 15 rows of sweet. That means I put 15. So in this case, my thickness, it was 0.2. Remember? 0.2. So I just need to take T is equals to the thickness 0.2, because I need to put 15 rows. So it's 0.2 times 15. Okay, 0.2 times 15 will give us 3 cm. And we're done. So we have 3.2, 1.6, and 3 cm. Okay, can visualize? I hope you all can visualize. Again, this is real world context. They use apply volume and total surface area. Next, they say find the total surface area of the outside of the packaging B. Outside only, outside only, And they also tell us that it is a closed box. Of course you buy the sweet, of course you must close it up, right? You can't expose the sweet, right? So in other words, actually when they ask for the total surface area of the packaging B, you are actually trying to find the total surface area of a cuboid. Agree? So last lesson, last Wednesday, I talked about volume and total surface area of a cuboid. So in this case, we will do the same thing. Okay, let's decide what is our base area. So visualize that this one is, okay, I can just draw out here. Let me just copy their drawing. Okay, like that. Here a cuboid. I want to find the total surface area. So I shall decide that I'm going to use the bottom as my cross-sectional area. So I have area this is 3.2, this is 3, and the height is 1.6. So let's find the parameter of the base. So in this case, parameter of the base will be a rectangle. So it's 3 plus 3.2 plus 3 plus 3.2 plus 3. So it will be 3.2 plus 3.2 plus 3 plus 3 multiplied by the height of the prism. In this case is 1.6. Then I'm going to plus 2 base area, and my base area is is a rectangle, which is 3.2 times 3. 3.2 times 3. Okay, so that is how you find the total surface area of a cuboid. So I did the cuboid last week Wednesday. So if you want to revisit, you can always go to my YouTube channel. Okay, click on go and find the TikTok live for last Wednesday. You'll be able to know about volume and total surface area of cubes and cuboid. So let's work this out. Okay, I'm going to put square bracket here. So it will be 3.2 plus 3.2 plus 3 plus 3 times 1.6. So this will be 19.84 plus 2 times 3.2 times 3 plus 19.2. So we will take 19.2 plus 19.84, and that will give us 39.04. Okay, and that will be the total surface area. So now, if you are a manufacturer, which packaging would you use? Would you choose? State the reason for your choice. Okay, you have to know what is the status. Where is your standpoint? If you are if you are a customer or if you are a manufacturer, you have different point of view. So if you are a manufacturer, okay, in this case, both situations carry 30 sweets. Okay, 15 times 2, so actually I have 30 sweets. Oh, here also 30 sweets. So as a consumer, it doesn't matter which packaging I buy, because I still have my 30 sweets. Correct? So of course, for consumer, we will know that of course the cheaper we want, that's the best, right? For manufacturer, same thing. Manufacturer, your concern is your material cost, the cost of making this thing. So because all of them are 30 sweets, so we will not bother about the cost of the sweet. So we will talk about the packaging cost. So packaging cost, of course, we will use total surface area. Why? Because for example, this one, packaging A, you will use this area to wrap 30 sweets. Then when you look at this packaging B, you will use 39.04 in order to so-called package these 30 sweets. So by comparing 39.04 as well as 34.2, so definitely we will know that we want to choose packaging A because it is cheaper in terms of the material. Agree? So we will say that we will choose packaging A because lesser material is needed to make the packaging. Lesser cost. Lesser material means lesser cost. Okay? And that's how you decide that, okay, I'm going to use packaging A. So sometimes students always ask, I don't study maths for what? It's like useless, go out to work, no need to use math. You see, and even as you want to be a business owner, you also need to know how to calculate, right? Then maybe you will think that, never mind, I just show to people to calculate for me. But it's always not so good to 100% rely on others. You still, of course, need to know some of your simple calculation. So that first of all, you will double check, right? Before you actually ask your staff or whoever to do it for you. Okay? Even you want to be a boss, right? At the start, you also will not be able to hire your employee. So you have to be the boss, be the employee yourself. So if you don't know how to do those kind of simple calculation, then how are you going to survive being a boss? Okay? Because financial control is very important. And oops, that's our last question for the day. Yeah.